Hello, 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 and welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back to Ixion. Yes, let's do this. We get to do this once a week, and I love this game. So, let's dive back in here, huh? So where are we? Where were we in this? So we are in Chapter 2, as you can see here. We're pretty early in Chapter 2, so I haven't gotten that far yet. Yeah, so we have our food sector opened, though not quite food yet, but you can see we've got the layout set up for our first crop farm, but we don't even have the fusion station going yet, so we got to do that. But we have this. What's going on here? Yeah, we've got a waste treatment center going, which is good. And we've got the blueprints for other things. What are we researching? Cell housing, okay. Yeah, because it looks like... Yeah, we need cell housing in Sector 1 and Sector 6. Alright, do we need to send any probes? We got a lot of iron to collect. Now, that's a good amount of... that's a good amount of ice crystal. You know what, though? Yeah, look at this. We really do need to get a third cargo ship going. I hate to do it, but maybe we gotta store the turtle for now. Sorry, turtle. Get the Gruber out. And then the Gruber... McGruber, you can do ice crystals. Because we've got to get that going. So we've got this here. We have that. Okay. We've got to get this going. So let's resume building it. Look at this. Okay, so we need to get another... cargo hold here. Stockpile. So where could we put it before the unpause? So... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we could create a row of cargoes here. We might do that because eventually, when we get the longer bays, it might be nice to put a long bay of ice crystals and food. So, we'll start with this. Just to remind me that's what I was doing. We'll set the blueprint up for these. Yeah, and actually, now that I'm looking at it, so we'll only be able to fit one long one and then keep one short one. So let's set the high priority on this. Because we're going to need to collect these guys in order to build this. Alright, let's unpause. It's unpausing time. I can get rid of some of the roads here.
No more resources available to mine.
We don't have the probe launcher on. Can we afford it? Yeah. Alright, so build us a probe. What do we need to find? We could use some carbon. We've got a lot of these guys, so can we build more solar panels? 75 and 3. Yeah, well, let's start it. So it does seem like we need to get this thing going. But first things first is food. Because we can always get this. In fact, yeah, why don't you make the next one, the next batch.
Whose trust in your leadership
What did I
is
do?
falling?
What did we build?
Power supply overloaded.
Oh, this thing. Oh.
Warning. A sector is being overworked.
Alright. Sorry, I forgot.
An accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
Let's send a probe out,
Power restored.
and then we can turn the probe launcher off. So let's find... Actually, do we need a point of interest? Yeah, we kind of do. Okay. Yeah, why don't you find us one right there, and then we'll build another probe launch, or another probe. What do we have now? Oh, the cell housing. Build one there. Build one there. Oops. It would be nice to have this going. Yeah, we really need to, like, be opening up more people. Why are we opening up in... Oh, in Sector 1. Okay, so we need a few more people. Alright. Alright. Oh my god, people. Why is it the moment you face a little bit of overwork, you blow things up? I mean, honestly here. I don't know why this always bugs me. I want it to be, like, straight. I wish there was a way to put it back to... It's like a real OCD thing I have in this game. Alright, we'll do that. Oh, we need to research. Food production speed is increased. What can we do? Yeah, we can't do anything there. Power cost. Can't do anything there. Oh wait, wasn't there, yeah. We need to research exoskeletons in the science ship. I don't want to do that mission without it. So we will do that next. Almost done with this. Oh yeah, let's turn the auto build off for now. Okay. So let's send a probe out. Oh. Look at that, we can get a bunch of everything. Sounds good, let's do that. Send the probe out.
Administrator, a new request awaits your attention.
Actually, what's going to be the power requirement to this? Administrator, due to your continued indifference to the problems of the Tycoon's crew, a radicalized group has caused explosions and fires to break out in several buildings within the station. Why, though? We're all going to die if you do that. I'm trying my best, people. I'm trying my best. Don't you know that? Oh, I didn't check my sound. Hello, me. Check my sound. Hello, me. Okay, there you go. Gotta say hi to yourself. Okay. Ooh, actually, we're gonna pause real quick. I gotta do fix something. 15 seconds. Be right back. All right, and we're back. And we are back. All right. Okay. So, let's see. So we got our probe. Oh my God. Why though? Why though? Okay, so we got our probe launch. We turn this off. Let's turn this guy on. And now start collecting stuff. Oh, what were we doing? Why didn't we?
A probe has completed its scan.
What did we get? Good. Yeah, we are quite overworked in this sector. People are going to be angry. Alright. How are we here? Are we opening people? Oh, yeah, we're good here. So we just have the workers that are a problem. So over here, let's start opening up into Sector 6. Now we really could use more people here. Actually, if we had, oh, hey, Sloth Boy, hello, how are you? Thanks for joining in. Good to see you, my friend. Hope all is well. If the people who are injured here weren't injured, we would be at 77. Yeah, so we still wouldn't be able to open this up. Not much else we can... Well, I suppose for the moment, we can turn this off and then turn this... Oh! Whoops. Yep, I forgot. Sorry, people on the ship. I kind of forgot about that. Well, we can keep this off just to keep conditions optimal, I guess. Ooh, this is building. So we're gonna need 10 workers, 10 power. Why don't we... Oh, perfect. Let's transfer over to Sector 1. Oh, let's make sure that's turned off. Wait, why are we getting... Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we don't want this here. So actually what we want, what would be better, is if we move the hospital over here. And then we could put 2 batteries over here. That's what we'll do. Alright, we can turn this off. So we don't have any more here. Alright, we're building the power, the solar panel upgrade. So that's good. Alright. Housing's fixed there. Wait, what? Why aren't people moving in there? Oh. That was for Sector 6. I'm so stupid. And my appeal was denied, and the response was like, we're not going to tell you what caused it, but don't do it again. Oh man. Oh, that, yeah. Oh my god. So the appeal was denied, but they won't tell you what it was you said? I mean, that really makes no sense whatsoever. How do you not say it again if you don't know what it was you said? Man, I am sorry you are dealing with that, because that is some ridiculousness right there. So, I think you said, what, it's 7 days? So you're off of Twitch for 7 days because of this nonsense? That is like some real ridiculous stuff, though, that they won't tell you what it was said that causes it. Supposed to read the terms of service, etc. Wow. I'm sorry. That is some BS right there. Well, glad to have you on YouTube. I can say that. I hope I can say that. Maybe saying YouTube will get me auto-banned on Twitch. Now that we don't really know what does. Oh, we need to start transferring stuff here. So let's keep 20 in this sector. Sector 1, we can keep 25. Let's keep 10 here, because we need to start building stuff. Oh, workers are optimal. Okay, but we need to get 10. Ah! We've got more power, though. So that's good.
An accident has occurred in the tycoon.
Oh, the crop farm. Okay. Get that. So we need to get to 55.
A new request awaits your attention.
Administrator, despite its high protein content, insect-based food is still tainted by prejudicial feelings of disgust. Complaints about the food source are increasing. A diverse diet is a necessary ingredient for social peace. Pledge to construct a new source of food within 30 cycles. Yeah, I can pledge that because I'm building it at the moment. Yeah, it's a bit infamous for the bot to flag something that didn't break the rules, and their support's just meh. Yeah, I'm surprised if you take the time to reach out to an actual person in support, they wouldn't like actually look into it and tell you what happened, because they want you to stay on Twitch watching things, right? So if you're just like
A violent strike has started
blocking
on board the
people
Typhoon.
and people don't know why, like I feel like you risk losing viewers. I mean, that's my feeling on it, but I can tell you how much that feeling is worth to Twitch. Kind of same with YouTube. Oh, really? Is their process the same? It's like they won't give you much detail either. Oh, so we can kind of no, not really. This would be bad if we open this up. Well, we kind of need to. So let's get a second one going, because I really need to open this up. Although, oh yeah, there we go. We have the silicon there. Yeah, let's resume building this. Ooh, that's going to take a lot of power. Going to take a lot of power.
No more resources available to mine.
Is that so? Alright, let's turn this guy back on and set it to auto build. Alright, for now, yeah, let's do this, because this will help us get to this. Although, so all of the alloys, oh, yeah, but anyways, how are you doing? Yeah, I'm doing well, thanks for asking. Doing good. Finished out my classes yesterday. Still have a bunch of grading to do, but I don't have to go into the school anymore, so that's nice. Playing some Ixion, one of my favorites here. I only do this one once a week though, so it feels so few and far between when I can get back to it. But love this game. Are you familiar with this one at all? People here. Yes. Okay, we can turn this on. Alright, so start building up some water for us so we can get the crop farm going. Well, good thing we're building a new infirmary. Alright, let's pause construction on this, because there's not going to be any alloys going out. Has anyone at the place you work recognize you? Nope, not yet. So I guess there's not a lot of Victoria 3 and Frostpunk players amongst my student base. Or if so, they haven't mentioned it yet. I suppose that'll be the day I realize I've become a fairly big streamer when my students start recognizing me. That would be interesting. They could start utilizing it. Be like, this professor failed me. Don't watch his streams. Yeah. I teach intro classes. Most don't fail it. Okay, so now we can eliminate that. So now, yeah, we need to get these houses built. So we're gonna need, at the moment, 4 workers, but we gotta get the houses built before we can really get these crop farms built. Unfortunately. Oh, you know, what's going on here? Yeah, I should have been sending this guy over to Darwin. Alright, you go there. Let's get another point of interest.
Administrator, a new request awaits your attention.
Administrator, Sector 1 lacks food, whilst the neighboring sector has plenty. Claimed protocols recommend a food transfer between sectors to avoid crew rivalry. Pledge to transfer 16 units of food from Sector 2 to Sector 1. Okay, yeah, we can do that. I've been replaying Dying Light 1, and it's so much better than the second. Oh, yeah? I've never played that one. I know of it, but I'll have to check that one out. Yeah, look at that. So this, that's what I thought. Yeah, this was like a zombie one. Yeah, just looking at some images of it. Yeah, I never played it. I feel like since I've been streaming, my console playing has gone down significantly. I've got some console stuff I gotta get back to. Oop.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
Hey, why can't I... There we go. Okay. Couldn't move my screen for a second there. Alright, let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, okay, so we need some tech there. Okay, so we need to start drilling for more resources. Yeah, we need more carbon. So let's find a large deposit of carbon. Ooh, that's looking promising. Can I get the iron in there as well? Yeah, and ice crystals. Perfect. Alright. How are we doing here? How are we doing? We're building away. Just doesn't seem to be enough. Did I get that thing for... Okay. in an event. Alright, so let's send the Darwin over here. Alright, we're starting to get some water built up. That's good. Okay, good. So that is done. Let's do deep diving apparatus so we can get the other one. The second game felt quite rushed, and the RPG kind of meh after the false allegation of the guy who made the story for Fallout New Vegas and more. They restarted the whole project. Whoa, wait. I actually don't know about this. So, the guy who made Fallout New Vegas, what was the false allegation against him? I do love me Fallout, and Fallout New Vegas as well. Alright, yes. So deploy that. Oh, the guy made the story for Dying Light 2, but got removed. What was the allegation against him? That's too bad, because Fallout New Vegas had a great story to it, so that would have been cool. Alright, we are... So we'll catch up on housing there. Not really. Okay. Yeah, we really just need to like start spamming the houses here. And then...
A probe has completed its scan.
And... man, we are running out of... Alright, we're going to turn this back on, because we're going to need to get some electronics. Oh yeah, and we need to be sending... so keep 10 there. Oh, sector... Oh, man. Okay. I am... So we need 33 there. 27 there. Alright, there we go. Something about friends falling out and accusing him of sexual harassment because bad blood, but I think he's working on Outer Wilds 2 story. Oh, okay. Oh, man. Well, that's too bad about Dying Light 2. Because I know it's a pretty big game. I know the first one was very successful. So yeah, I'll have to check that one out. I always love a new zombie game. Alright. Let's find ourselves another point of interest. Yeah, we don't need that one yet.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
Alright, our probe has detected the presence of cavities beneath the planet's surface. The readings we are picking up from these chambers are similar to those from strong nuclear reactions. We have landed on Plymouth 37. We have landed on Plymouth 70. We have landed on Plymouth 37. Plymouth 37 did not land on us. Ba-dum, psh. The opaque atmosphere lets in hardly any light. Geological formations on the planet's surface resemble giant emerald waves frozen in time. We have set up near the location for one of the cavities. Alright, so what are we going to set up on this one? Because we are kind of at a point now where we should start being a little conservative with our resources. So let's do the temporary center, and we'll send the Gruber there. Okay, so I think this will be good for the housing now. Now, let's start sending workers over to Sector 2 so that we can get enough people to start working all of these factories. Days Gone remaster looks interesting. Yeah, I might actually check that one out, because I didn't end up playing Days Gone either. And so I do kind of feel like games that I missed, when they have remasters that come out, I need to check them out. Like Death Stranding, I never finished. I started the remaster on that one. So at some point I gotta get back to that. Who has the time, though? There's so many games to play. We have arrived at the surface of signal transmission. We found a cargo ship of an unknown class that bears a resemblance to those we use on the Tycoon. It is embedded within the rock face below a large promontory. The high winds are making its balance unstable. So, recover archived digital data from the cargo ship and return to the iceberg. Survey the cargo ship, recover any archived data, recover data from the cargo ship, and attempt EKP repair for cargo recovery. I feel like that's too much. Recover any archived data and return. Let's survey it. Sometimes this game is a little tricky, and it's like if you get too greedy, you're going to start losing people. We are... Alright, we do need to build more solar panels. So we are going to need to turn this back on. So maybe when this starts working again, we'll do that. Let's move it along slowly. Yeah, we really need to get this crop farm going. We are about to have some major food issues. You know, actually, yeah, let's pause the construction of this. We need to get this going. As it stands, yeah, look at that. We don't have the power for it, but we can get it built. So let's keep 10 there and 20 in 6. Alright, when this turns back on, let's see. Actually, we could, yeah, let's turn this off. And now we can turn that on. Yeah, start making us some polymers. Our polymer is good. So we got that going for us. Oh yeah, we got a ton of housing now, so we can get rid of this. Ooh, people are angry here. Can we do a policy? Not really. Why are you guys so angry? Yeah, oh yeah, starving. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. That makes sense. People be starving. Alright, for the time being, we can turn this off. That'll give us enough to get this going. Well, actually, this isn't even going yet. Let's get one more probe out there. Should it be a point of interest or resources? Yeah, we already have that one out there. Let's get some more. Let's get another iron deposit, like a large iron deposit. There we go. Perfect.
Administrator, a new request awaits your attention.
With the discovery of the Etamananki's attack on the Protagoras, many of the crew's theories about the UN's animosity towards Dolos have been confirmed. The crew has been shaken, learning that they were struck with the seal of banishment by the former authorities of Earth. This will increase the prevalence of dead Earth sickness in the Tycoon. Oh, yeah, look at that. Oh. Would you rather have unlimited bacon? Oh, hey, Happy New Year. Would you rather have unlimited bacon but no games, or unlimited games but no... I assume you meant bacon. Pfft, that's easy. Games. Unlimited games. I can go without bacon. I'm not going to go without games. I like bacon, but I love games. What about you? Which one would you choose in that? Okay, what is happening here? Okay. Let's turn this off for a moment. I just need to... Are you going to start building? Thank you. Build me my crop farm. No unlimited games. Wait, I don't know what that means then. No, so unlimited games, but no games. Unlimited games, but no games? Like, I have access to unlimited games, but I can't use them? Is that what it is?
A probe has completed its scan.
Maybe I need more coffee.
A violent strike has started on board the Tycoon.
Oh boy. Things are a little dicey at the moment.
An accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
It's mainly because of food shortages. I mean, I know this. And there's not much we can do about it. Ah, okay. So, let's turn this off for a second. Let's turn... Oh yeah, we can turn that off. What the hell are we doing? Let's turn this on. Make us some of this. And then... Yes, send it all to Sector 1. so that we can build this solar panel upgrade. You know, hold on, I never placed the alternative life center here. Yeah. How many of these do we need? We need 30 to make one. Wow. See, this is dangerous, though, to have both of these things off. Oh, well, we're out of carbon. So we turn that off. Gives us 5 power. Oh, well, how much power do we need for this? 6? Is there something else we can turn off? Well, we can get rid of one of the houses, but not really. Oh. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for the follow, Badamzi. Hello, Badamzi. Thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome, welcome in. We are playing through some Ixion on challenge mode, hunting for that that alternate ending. We've seen better days, but we're okay. We just need to get our food situated. I need to be able to turn this on and off. In order to... I hate this little bug it has. It needs to be on in order to be built. Oh, well, I shouldn't call it a bug. I don't think it is a bug, but... Alright, I need 16 power. I need you to move your butts. Electronics factory. Oh, what was dead Earth sickness? So, in the game here, in the previous chapter, the ship...
A science ship team has completed a task.
When we first load up the engine and it fires off, it blasts a big hole in the moon, and then when we come back, all of humanity is dead and gone. The Earth is pretty much dead, so we're the last of humanity. And so the people on the ship here like feel like awful that they killed everybody on Earth. And so they've called the, like, I guess, severe depression that people feel sometimes from that as dead Earth sickness. Okay, so we've got those upgrades. We've got the upgrades that we need there. Let's go for the Colonization Training Center next, because now that we have some crop farms going on, once we can get rid of these guys, we can put the Colonization Center there. Let's see, here. Oh, wait. And we need to check on... Which one was it? Hold on before we do that. Okay, nothing we gotta do there. The cargo ship is of an unknown class, but was evidently designed in a Dolos lab. Its clearance codes are linked to the Taurus-class ship identified as the Protagoras. Uniform burn patterns suggest precision laser cutters were used to breach its hull. The crew appear to have been torn from their safety harnesses. We were able to recover a communications fragment recorded by the pilot. I did not escape the Etamanaki, only to be devoured by this monster. It appears they attempted to crash into Fargo 39 rather than succumb to the unknown aggressor. The team has recovered the ship's data archive and have returned to the iceberg. Alright, good. Get me my science. So, yeah, so we have like this, every sector has its stability rating. And we have this trust rating up here. Oh, yeah. I'm so used to Victoria 3 or any Paradox game, I'm waiting for the tooltip to lock in, but it doesn't do that here. So you see the sectors have their stability rating, and that's what adds or subtracts from the overall trust. So this is my basic overall trust of the crew. If it gets down to 0, they overthrow me and boot me out the airlock, and we get a game over. So this is the power. So we can't go over our power supply. We have a total of 324 people on here right now. Now, the way that you increase people before... So when we first blasted away from Earth,
An accident has occurred in the tycoon.
and then we came back, because we were traveling faster than light, we came back about 100 years into the future. And so during the time that we were away, humanity has developed a way to like cryogenically freeze people. So we collect these like cryopods along the way, and this building here unfreezes people. So this is how we increase our population. But it's a delicate balance, because you need workers to run your buildings, but the more workers you open, the more food demand you're going to have. And so at the moment, we're over our food demand. So we're trying to build these crop farms. But I need to turn this building on in order to continue building the farms. But it's going to take 16 power to turn on, and we don't have enough power. So we're using this building here to upgrade the solar panels. But we need more electronics to do that. So we're waiting for this building to build us a couple more electronics. So that is the like domino progression of what we're trying to do to fix our problems here. Because right now people are starving. And, you know, that's not good. But we'll be okay. I mean, we can fix it. It's just going to be some difficult times until that complicated progression of stuff happens. Now, we also could use more power just so we can turn on more of these buildings. So you see, we just need 2 more electronics. We've got the silicon to do it. We just have to wait for this slow building to make it. Yeah, and look, we have a buildup of iron, so we could make more alloys, but... You know, I might as well... Look at that, we have a buildup of alloys. So let's keep 25 there. And let's keep, like, 50 in Sector 6, because we're going to be heavily increasing the amount that we build here. I suppose for the time being, we could resume building this. I mean, I guess if I could save 11 power somewhere. Oh, yeah. Well, we can turn this off for now. So if we could get 5 more. Alright, let's turn this off. And... yeah, for now we'll turn this off. Alright, let's turn this on. Build me my crop farms. So this whole sectioned off middle section is going to be 2 crop farms. Because you can build...
Whose trust in your leadership is falling?
Yeah. You can build 9 of these crop farms. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then do the same exact design over here. It'll leave us one little space here for another thing like this. We'll see what we do there. Is the cryogenic the only way getting people, and where are the automatons? Yeah, so the cryopods are the only way to get people in this, which is what makes finding those cryopods so valuable. And there are no automatons, though it is funny you mention that, because the devs of this game have said part of their big inspiration to make this is Frostpunk. And it is kind of like Frostpunk in the sense that, you know how like in Frostpunk you're never at ease. Like if you ever feel like you're doing well in Frostpunk, it means you're neglecting something because crisis is always happening. You're always in crisis in Frostpunk. And so that's basically the design of this game. You're pretty much always in crisis. There are moments where you're like, oh, okay, I think everything's at an equilibrium. But that's going to be very short-lived. So it is kind of like that. And so they said that that was their inspiration. Oh, man. Oh. I need a DLS center here. So I can start collecting waste.
A violent strike has started on board the Typhoon.
Yeah, that's right. Here we go.
An accident has occurred in the Typhoon.
You know, this will be a perfect space for an eventual medium-sized battery. We might leave that there. Okay. Yeah, so build me my crop farms. Alright, we just need one more of these guys. We're almost there. What we could really use is the eventual nuclear reactor. That would be nice. Okay. Food is scarce. How are we over here? Okay. So we can stop hatching people for now. So they're angry over here, and they're angry over here. All because of people starving. Well, let's resume this. Oh, let's not though, actually. Because when this finishes... Yeah, I want it to go over here. Okay, so that last electronic should be in transport somewhere. Oh, there it goes. Got there. Okay. Yeah, so let's resume this. Now, we can turn this off, because it's not going to have enough to build anything. I forget where I've played. Oh, there it is. So let's get this back on. And actually, we'll use it to build one electronic. So that we can get that going.
A violent strike has started on board the Typhoon.
Yeah, so right now we're suffering all of these violent strikes.
Warning. A sector is being overworked.
Yeah. Because people are starving. So when we get these strikes, you can see here it lowers the amount of active workforce. Alright. Build another one of these guys. Yeah, we should hold off on this. I keep turning it back on. So we should hold off on it because it'll increase this rating a little bit. But what we really just need is more food. We need more food. That's what we need. Let's speed up here. Ah. So we now have let's turn this on. That'll at least let trust fall a little less. So now we've got a ton of power. Alright, so let's turn this on. Yeah, we do need... Now, what we actually could really use here is another docking bay. We could put one here if we could get this stuff out of here. Unfortunately, though, that will be tough. That will be tough. Because I really need this sector to be up and running and giving us food. Let's see if we can catch up on food here. Alright, can I send somebody somewhere? Yeah, you're standing by. Oh, what was your deal? Numerous crystalline cavities appear to exist beneath the surface of Plymouth 37. Analysis of various geological samples has allowed the team of the Darwin to draw new conclusions about the impact of subterranean nuclear activity on the formation of landforms. Yeah, great. Leave the planet. Ah, 60 carbon. Oh, I shouldn't have clicked through all that. As we were preparing to take off, we spotted a geological formation that appears to house some sort of cave dwelling. We are requesting permission to investigate the site. Yep, go for it. And so we can send somebody there. So let's send the iceberg over there. Now, we do have some trust problems here. We could go to restricted food. Yeah, it'll -1 stability. Yeah, that's what we need to do. So let's restrict food. Let's do that here too, because it'll help us catch up on food. We'll net a +2 stability, because we're losing 3 from starvation. Now we can't do that here because we don't have this thing yet. Yeah, when you build that one, send it over to Sector 6. Oh yeah, and so what do we need to keep in places now? So now they need 21, and they need 20. So keep 20 here, 21 there. What do we need in Sector 6?
A science ship team has completed a task.
After approaching the supposed location of the troglodyte dwellings, they were revealed to be nothing more than an optical illusion. This effect was caused by the light filtering through the thick fog of Plymouth 37's atmosphere. Alright, so get us our science. Okay. The planet Valiant is dead and devoid of activity of any kind. However, our scans have located the remains of a ship in orbit of the planet. The wreck of the UN warship Huizinga orbits Valiant 71. In a twist of fate, it seems that after hunting down Dolo's survivors, it fell to something even more dangerous than itself. We have visual on a cluster of UN emergency cryopods drifting towards Valiant 71. If we don't intervene, they'll enter the planet's atmosphere and be incinerated. Yeah, let's get the closest cryopods. Did you know there's some research of Frostpunk 2? Wait, did you know there's some research of Frostpunk 2 was cut from full release, like arms manufactory and sewage management? Oh, interesting. So I wonder, is that fully cut,
An accident has occurred in the typhoon.
or just pushed off for a future update? Because there are some DLCs announced and that are coming out now. Sewage management sounds like would be an interesting dynamic for that game. That sounds kind of fun. Alright. Let's research the mushroom wall. Also, arms manufactory. That would be kind of cool. Ah, good. Okay, so let's finish this off. Alright, so we're slowly clawing our way back up to food availability. So nobody's starving anymore. But Sector 6 is still angry. Yeah, we could really use this. Oh,
A science ship team has completed a task.
we need that. As the iceberg was retrieving the cryopods, a volley of telluric bodies that were orbiting Valiant 71 hit the science ship. Fortunately, no damage was done. The cryopods have been prepared for extraction. Alright. Well, we can turn this on for now, though. Oh, well, it's going to put us in extra hours, so it might as well not. Well, let's turn this back on. We're going to need these on. Ah, well, okay, yeah, we don't need to be in extra hours for it. Ooh. Alright, we're about an hour 15 in here. Alright, I'm going to do a quick bathroom break. So just 30 seconds and I will be back. So, be right back. Alright, and we're back. And better than ever. Let's do this. Alright. So, we need to work on... Oops, trust here. Actually, do we want to resume that? Yeah, we do. And when are we going to get... Oh, okay, we almost have it. So actually, let's pause this. Because I want to get the DLS done in Sector 6. We got nobody collecting this carbon. Yeah, what would the Quicksilver be getting? You should be getting carbon. Really love to get another docking bay. I need to clear this section out. Well, okay, so for now... I could get rid of these. Let's get rid of those. Alright, so that's going. Alright, so I kind of need more people in Sector 6 now. So let's do that. Oh, we can also start sending... some people over here now. Yeah, right? I wonder what will be the third path for Frostpunk 1886. I know. I'm really excited to see, like... Well, for one, I'm really excited to see Frostpunk 1 in the Unreal Engine 5. And then... oh, actually, look at this. You asked for automatons. These are kind of like it. Although, I guess, yeah, they're being worked by a person. Yeah, I want to see what the game looks like in the Unreal Engine 5. And then, yeah, the third path. It's going to be so cool to reimagine the game. And I feel like, I really believe, I think the point of 1886 is going to be some way of tying the first game even more into the second one. Which is an interesting thing to think of, since I feel like they are so tied together already. But that's my feeling on that. Okay. So we could turn it on. Oh, it's only 3 more
A violent
workers.
strike has started on board the Tycoon.
Alright, so now let's do some intense...
An accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
Okay. So that was worth it. Oh, so now let's resume work on this. I think the third path in 1886 will just be, screw it, we're dead. We call it the nihilist path. Screw it. Too much work. Let's just die. Oh, we can send a team over here now. Don't know why we're not doing that. Alright. We really, really, really need to get this carbon. You know, okay, here's what we can do. The Darwin, you go back. We're going to store the Darwin for now so that we can get our second mining ship out there. Maybe the third path will be like adaptation or progress or something or other. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Again, like tying it more into Frostpunk 1. I think adaptation would be an interesting one. Because it seems like
Trust in your leadership is falling.
a logical one for the first game, too. Like, oh, everything's... the whole world has changed, let's adapt to it. What do you guys say? Like that kind of thing.
A new request awaits your attention.
Alright, we've got carbon. So let's get this working. Oh, what's this? Administrator, the novelty of eating crops grown in space delights the crew. Even if purely perceptual, the turning of the ordinary into the extraordinary can have a profound effect on judgment, elevating the otherwise humble to the sublime. Alright, we got a trust bonus out of it. That's good. Oops. So let's... pause. We need more power. But we definitely... Oops, no, not that. We definitely can't upgrade any more solar panels. We don't have the funds. Polymer cost reduced by 10%. I mean, that would be beneficial. We could set this. Well, we're so we're getting more there. So 6 and 10. So we have the exact amount of power, but we don't have the workers for it. We're sending workers to Sector 6. Yeah, we just need more. Oh, of course. Oh, purging waste. Yeah. We gotta get the waste thing. Now, Sector 2. What is your deal? Once we get this. Alright. So we've got 5 polymers now. Let's turn this on. So that we can get the probes going again. Out of power. We're out of power. Actually, ooh, and we're out of ice. Alright, is the Darwin... Where is it? Okay. Let's store the Darwin.
Has arrived at its destination.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Alright, Darwin, we can store you. And let's get the turtle out there. The turtle. Yes, you go get that ice crystal. Alright. Several sensors have recorded contradictory readings relating to the Coriolis effect of Parenti 85. This is the crew of the iceberg. We have entered Parenti 85's atmosphere. Equipment has been deployed, but the gravity of the planet may complicate our operations. Visibility is nil. Atmospheric corrosive factors are negligible. Well, we can't afford 20 of these. We could probably... Actually, yeah, we can afford this right now. Alright, send the... Send the Gruber. And I really want to see Frostpunk 2 concept art. Me too. Me too. I liked how they, with that new content preview, they'd given us a little bit more concept art on that. So I'm hoping... I want to find out what the DLC is. I mean, they said it's going to be released in the autumn. The first DLC. I think that one is called Spectrum. I wish they would just, at least now, like, tell us what it's going to be. You know? Alright. Ooh, actually... Sorry. Just a quick 15 seconds. I gotta go fix something real quick. Right back. All right, and we're back. You know, I'm so tempted to buy that like concept art book that they have. It's one of those things where I'm like, should I get this? Should I not get this? I don't know.
You can implement a new
Ooh.
policy.
We are low on iron. Ooh, yeah. What is this? Perfect. Perfection. So Sector 2 can get a new policy.
An accident has occurred in the tycoon.
Ooh, we're out of iron. I think we'll keep this as is. We don't need policies at the moment. Administrator, rationing has been in effect in Sector 1 for a large number of cycles now. Human psyche requires nourishment and consideration. Unfortunately, you can only guarantee one of the two. Claim protocols recommend a more balanced approach if you wish the crew to reach optimal productivity. I could use the trust bonus. So I will promise this. Oh, wait. I'm so dumb. I didn't see it set it to generous. But I suppose it'll be what it is for a little bit. So we now need to keep 47 food there. So we can do one more row of crop farm. We just don't have the power for it. Yes, here we go. But we also don't have the power for this, so 6. Well, we can turn this off. Oh, and how are we here? Yeah. We can delete these two. That'll save us that. And we can turn this off for now. And then you will turn on when you're ready. Alright. Excellent. Excellent. Alright, good. So we're building up polymers. So we gotta get to 225. I think we research that upgrade next to save on that. Good. Yes, you get ice crystals. We cannot drop below too much here. Oh, hey, Barney. Victoria 3, but you heavily exploited technology. That's right. I I built up so many steel mills that I was able to go to space. Yep. No, just a kind of space colony builder here. This one is heavy on story. So the story here is that they built this ship called the Tycoon. They built this engine that allowed us to finally travel faster than light. When we turned it on for the first time, we were orbiting the moon. We took off, and the blast from the engine blasted a hole in the moon. And so because we were traveling faster than light, when we came back home, it was 100 years in the future. And what we found out was that we blasted a hole in the moon. It completely devastated the Earth. And eventually all of humanity died. And we are all that's left. So all of humanity is just living on this ship. And we're looking for... we know of this one planet called Remus that can sustain life. And so we're trying to find it. Yeah, nice graphics. I know. When you do this outside of the ship view, it's really cool. You can see like the everything outside. So that's really cool. One crew member died. Okay. But yeah, kind of like Frostpunk in these like production chains. Like, we are harvesting resources with mining ships and then sending cargo ships to get the resources. The resources come into the docking bays and go into these stockpiles. So, for instance, we collect... Well, one of the most important ones, actually. We collect iron from out there. We send the iron over to this sector, and our steel mill uses the iron and turns it into alloys. The alloys are what we use in our EVA airlock to repair the hull and build everything else. If the hull falls to 0, the ship breaks apart and we die. This is the trust the crew has in me. If this falls to 0, they put me in the airlock and boot me out into space, and we end the game. It's not really related, but I saw some gameplay of Stellaris, and man, why is there so much... Why is there so much genocide? Yeah, I know. There's quite a bit of that in Stellaris. I really love Stellaris, but I am not an expert in it at all, but I want to be. I was thinking, actually, starting this summer, I'm going to start like a Stellaris run. I want to get into Stellaris more, because it is just like... When I first heard of Stellaris, I was like, it's like this game was made for me. I mean, I'm big into sci-fi and space, and so I was like, oh my god, a Paradox game in space. But I don't know why it hasn't like gripped me. You know what I mean? Like a game does. But I also haven't fully grasped all the mechanics yet, and so I want to. So I think I'm just gonna this summer buckle down and finally, you know, learn Stellaris in a more expert way. Because I think it's time for me. I think it's time. Paradox Interactive in space is just like the best sentence I've ever heard.
An accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
But from what I've heard, there's a lot of... You can play a lot of genocide in that one.
Administrator, you can implement a new policy.
Ah, yes. Excellent. Okay. So over here, we want waste recycling. We're going to... we can't turn this one on. Poopity scoopity. Check out the lore. In the gameplay I saw, the guy created the United States of the Sun, where the U.S. defeated China, dominated the planet, and Donald Trump III took over. Oh, God. Oh, God. Yeah, or even just like the base lore of it is really cool. One of the runs I did, I always end up playing, you know, like the United Nations of Earth. But there is that one faction that's human that has the whole lore about, you know, like they went out into space and got stranded, created a civilization, and now we found them again. But yeah. The other thing is, and this is a thing with Paradox games so much, is that like when you come in late to a game, there's just so much DLC for it already that it's kind of like, where do we start? Now I'm actively right now in a paid 3-month thing of the expansion pass. So I have all the DLCs through that, and I just gotta kind of work my way through it. Oh, what am I doing? I forgot. I'm sending all of the alloys here. We don't need to do that. We need to keep some here. And some here. We'll tax the aliens of Alpha Centauri. I will tax anybody that has a coin to their name. See, that's... Okay, so this is the thing that I need to learn more in Stellaris is, you know, being really into Victoria 3, I've heard it can have quite an intricate economic system. And that's the one part of the game I've never truly figured out. The economic system, how you can create like a megacorp and all that stuff. I would love to do that, but I don't know how to do it yet, but admittedly, I also haven't dedicated enough time to that yet. And so now that my classes are ending and I have the summer here, I want to learn how to be a megacorp. We need more ice crystals. I need more ice. Yodelay-hee-hoo. I need more ice. Oh, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. By 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And what is this? 1, 2, 3. Yeah. We can eventually build the fusion reactor here. That's going to be good. Eventually. You know... Oh, wait. No. Yeah, we got to finish this before we build the next solar panel. Alright, we can send... Yeah, let's send this guy out there. We need to get the colonization training center up and running. And it's gonna take a lot to build. So we're going to need to move some stuff around. Actually, can we upgrade to the bigger battery yet? No. Yeah. Stellaris seems quite complex. I saw that each planet can be a different type of colony with different focus and different resources. It's like the colonial administration for Vic 3, but it works. That's a very good way to put it, actually. Yeah. Every plan is a different size, different resources, and then you can send governors to the planet, and then you can create like sectors of your federation and stuff. And so these planets are part of this sector and everything. And yeah, that's where it started to lose me a little bit. Not lose me in like, oh, I don't like this, but lose me in like, I didn't quite grasp all that yet. But the thing is like, there was a point I felt like that with Victoria 3. And then eventually, you know, you just keep playing it, and eventually it all just kind of clicks. And so, like, that's the point I'm waiting to reach with Stellaris, because I really want to get to that point. But I also really want to get to that point with Europa Universalis 4. Especially with the new one coming out. Because I do want to play, like, you know, like the whole, like, 13 colonies in North America thing, and I know that they have that there. I would love to do, like, the mega campaign of starting the colonies in North America, play that whole thing through EU4, and then take the save into Victoria 3, and then go from there. But EU4 also seems like a massive beast to learn. Yes, this is kind of boring. Once you learn the game, it becomes a click it and patience test. Wait, which one? Stellaris, or are you talking about this game that I'm playing right now? As this one is not. I'm not playing this game ideally right now. I've kind of lost. I'll admit I've kind of lost the optimal path a little bit here. There are things I should be doing, but I just kind of can't, because I'm kind of stuck. Oh, Vic 3. Yeah, it's true. There are times in Vicky 3, that, like, you just kind of have to wait for things to build. I will say, though, that is why... Well, no. I was going to say... Oh, hold on. Before I finish that thought.
Neocont protocols have identified a new planet suitable for a colonization test program.
We're out of iron. Okay, what is going on with our iron collection?
Administrator,
you need to be doing
you can
that.
Implement a new policy.
Why are we not collecting our iron? Yeah, I shouldn't have sent all that there.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Alright, phenomena have been discovered on Parenti 85 that appear to defy the Coriolis effect. Particles specific to self-similar space were also detected. These clearly play a major role in the complex balance of forces present on Parenti 85. Alright, great. Alright, I have got to turn off the AC in this room. It was very humid. And now it's not humid, but I'm freezing my butt off in here. So, no need to pay the electric company to freeze myself to death. Okay, so we have a problem. We don't have enough iron to make alloys. And we don't have enough alloys to fix the hull. Now we can destroy some stuff. In fact, let's destroy a battery. Oh, I achieved the Enlightened Response achievement with the Argentine Confederation. It was difficult. Since you are not a democracy, no one wants to invest in you. Wait, which one is that one? The Enlightened Response? Let me look it up. I don't know that one. Let me look at the list here. Oh, Enlightened. Yeah, the Enlightened Despot. Have electrical streetlights in all states while being an autocracy. Ooh, well done, my friend. Yeah, I don't have that one. Let's see. It was difficult. Yeah, since you're not a democracy, no one wants to invest in you. Ah. Yeah, I haven't thought about that. Yeah, so that would be the difficulty. Everybody is kind of like, everyone's kind of at odds with you. Also, yeah, like not having everybody on your side, so hurting relations, and getting to electrical streetlights. I feel like getting to electrical streetlights is tough because they end up taking quite a bit of electricity, and so you really need to get a good electrical system working there. Okay, what do we want next? An upgrade. If we research this, we can get the final leg of the tree. Honestly, we should probably do the food production speed is increased by 10%. But if we get this, we can open this up and then do the final tech lab thing. Yeah, let's do that. Although, do we have... Oh, production speed. No, we're going to do this in the crop farm. Yeah, we're going to do that first. Yeah, well played, though. Well done. I should try to hunt for that at some point. But that's true. Like, you need to really get your run to be authoritarian, which is increasingly difficult to maintain later in the game. And yeah, electrical streetlights in all states. Yeah, that's true too. I'm looking at the notes on it. All owned states, including colonies, you need to have an urban center. So every state needs to be built up enough that you have an urban center in it in order to have the electrical streetlights. Since South America is mid in the hands of AI, then you dominating them doesn't make much difference. I made puppets in half the continent. I balkanized Brazil, and my GDP was still mid-game in 1900. It is interesting, though, that if you really build up a country in South America, you can kind of take the rest of South America. Yeah, the AI in South America does not advance all that much. Now, the actual historical context of it, that might be it, right? But yeah, you can pretty much conquer all of South America. Brazil is difficult, though. Brazil can be difficult, but you can get them too. All right. Okay, why are we getting carbon? Who's getting the carbon? Who on earth is getting... Oh, no, you guys. The iron. Not that. And let's be mining more iron. Although we can get... Yeah, we can get it closer to us. Might as well do that. Okay, can we...
Warning. Hull integrity below 10%.
Yeah, I know. We are in danger here. Alright, well, we have to eventually destroy these things. So let's destroy 2 of them. Get our hull up. To be honest, I did a trick. I saw that it would take years to build a power plant. So I did a little trick. I transferred all my provinces except 2 to Uruguay. Ah, and built in only 2. Hail the exploits. Hey, I don't consider that an exploit. I consider that good management. See, there's a fine line between like cheese and exploits and just good management, I feel like. Because that is a strategy in the game. Like, if you're hurting for bureaucracy, releasing a country as a puppet instead of holding the states lowers the amount of bureaucracy you need because now those aren't your pops. And so that's a strategy right there. That's not an exploit. So, I don't consider it a trick, what you did. I consider it a well-managed country. So well played. All right. So we're getting the hull up a little bit here. We're trying to just buy ourselves time so we can get the iron. You do the iron first. What would we eventually put here? Yeah, if we do this, we can fit 2 more batteries. Oh. Alright, so let's start... Oh, not this. Transferring waste as well. Aye. But yes, South America is very weak. The only strong one in the late game is Brazil. And it's still easy because the Piratini trick still works. Just invade Rio de Janeiro. Yeah. I wonder what they could do to make South America stronger. Or I wonder... See, I always thought it would be cool to do an RP run where I wanted to start as the United States and boot Europe out of the Western Hemisphere. And so kind of like create a power block that will eventually include all the countries in North and South America and the Caribbean, and kind of make everybody a little more powerful, and see if I can get all of Europe out of the Western Hemisphere. So I wonder if you can make South America stronger while playing somebody else. And I suppose you can, especially with power blocks. It's only a pain when Russia wants to protect me and Germany wants to protect Brazil. Yeah, that's how world wars start. Right? Like, instead of a Serbian killing an Austrian diplomat, it's like Piratini in Brazil. Ah, good. Okay, we're getting this now. send it over to 1. All right, let's start building the next solar panel. Let's start doing that. Monroe Doctrine, baby, that's right. I want to do that real Monroe Doctrine. Bread. Wait. Sloth Boy, wait, what was that in reference to? Bread. How are we doing on stuff? Yeah, we're gonna need more. So I want the big ol' one here. There we go. Send that guy out there. Oh yeah, we can stop being generous with the food. Let's go back to normal. Are we still rationing food here? Restricted, yeah, we can go back to normal. So we've caught up on food a little bit. Okay. So we'll get the trust back up. Let's get this hull integrity up. Okay. Yep. See you back in a few. Go get that food. Go get that bread. I'm going to need to think about what I'm eating for lunch today, too. That's the difficulty with these afternoon streams. They cut right into lunch. Oh. We are still sending workers. Okay, we don't need to be doing that at the moment. Well, wait. What's our workers situation here? Yeah, so start sending workers into Sector 2. Oh, Rutro. Let's turn that back on. Yeah, we're running out of cryopods. These are our last bit of cryopods.
No more resources available to mine.
Well, for the moment, computer, because you're going to have that. Alright, yeah, why don't you go up there? We'll get that situated and going. So we're making more of that stuff.
An accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
Of course it has. Wait. Oh, we're done researching. Okay, what are we doing? Alright, let's do this and get the next level of the tech tree going. What's it saying? What can I build now? Oh yeah, the mushroom wall. Well, we don't need that at the moment. We just need to increase this stuff.
A probe has completed its scan.
Good. Good, so we've got plenty there. Alright, so let me pause because I want to add. So this is where we'll replace the batteries. Unpause. But we need to move these two things. What is the housing situation here now? So we can build a second. You know, yeah, I should be upgrading the housing. I shouldn't neglect that too much. I wonder if I can move these guys for now out of there. Yeah, like I could put one here. So let's destroy this. Let's destroy that. Famous last words. This also give us a bunch of stuff to increase here. Let's pause this so that they give 3 more here. Here.
Has arrived at its destination.
Alright, DeVille 59 is eligible for colonization testing. Data collection will help shape future Dolos initiatives. We have landed on DeVille 59. Despite the cold and harsh environment of the planet, the atmospheric conditions and gravity are remarkably similar to Earth's. There are large bodies of frozen water on the planet's surface. Yeah, we're not ready for this yet, so let's leave the planet and return later. But we will take the science. Oh boy, okay. Okay. And let's send... Yeah, so now we can do that. I suppose we could do a docking bay in here. If we did... I mean, it's not ideal. But I don't know where we would put that factory. Nah, I don't think that's the play. What's wrong here? No stockpile with enough polymer. Yeah. Building not connected to an active stockpile. Oh, that's weird. Alright, I wonder if, yeah, we could start doing this. Because we're not getting that silicon. Hello, Nuupa. Yikes the layout. Yikes the layout. Which sector are you saying yikes to the layout to? Sector 1, Sector 2, or Sector 3? I think I have a pretty efficient layout here. With only this much wasted space so far. And Sector 1 specializing in space. Sector 2 specializing in industry. And Sector 3 specializing in food. Now, in terms of the layout, so this is, I'm clearing things out of here to make way for more permanent stuff. Just a little disorganized. I guess so. For me, it's about utilizing as much of the space as possible so that I don't have to open up new sectors until absolutely necessary. So, if you look at this section here, we have minimal wasted space. This sector is being reserved for another cell housing when I need it. This area here is being reserved for an eventual another docking bay and then the test protocols. This sector, so we have no wasted space all over here. Now the temporary spaces are this area right here and this area right here. This might get moved. So same housing layout, sector space reserved for more cell housing. This is the more permanent stuff that will stay. And then we move over to Sector 6. This will be the food layout. So we don't have any waste space other than right here. This area is being reserved for the crop farm. So we can fit another 3 crop farm here, and then we can repeat the same design over here. And this whole block right here will be 2 crop farms. What chapter are you? We're on chapter 2. So we're in the Imerton system. I'm back. I took out the trash and made myself food. What did I miss? You missed... Actually, didn't miss much. We're still kind of getting the hull integrity back up. And then trying to get... We've gotten ourselves into a bit of a corner here because we need to get... what do you call it? More power. Am I out of probes for mining? I am. Well, I'm out of probes for the moment because I need more polymers, but we have stuff to mine and collect while that happens. So we're trying to upgrade the solar panel. Before I let them put everything there, I had one more probe put in there. But yeah, we're kind of at a bottleneck for polymers at the moment because we need to get the solar panel upgraded. So we're kind of just moving our way through there. But we have the polymers to collect here. Actually, I can move this guy back on this. I had changed... these. I had these specialized in collecting things, but we kind of ran out of iron for a moment. So 2 of them are now specializing in iron. This is on the challenge mode. So the goal of this run is to complete the challenge mode and finish the alternate ending. I've never done the alternate ending in this, so I'd like to see the alternate. But yeah, we have a little bit of an issue with iron at the moment, but we've gotten a little bit of a stockpile of alloys built up. We have this, but we're going to get some electronics, because we need that to finish the solar panel upgrade. Oh. We can now temporarily put this guy here. Get rid of this guy. Let's put a priority on this, because I still want to keep 3 working insect farms here before I get rid of them. The goal here, the goal in this sector is to eventually get the food sector to a point where I can get rid of all of these insect farms in here.
No more
These
resources available to mine.
These two things will be moved over here, along with this. We'll be clearing out this space. This is going to be the colonization protocol. And then we're going to fit one more docking bay right in there. Eventually. That's more of a long-term project. But we need, you know, at this point, let's switch these to polymers, because we need both anyway. Although, no, we need these back on here. Because we are hurting on this. Let me make sure these guys aren't going for anything else. Nope. Alright. So, we're at a bit of an equilibrium, which means we're going to need some patience as we get through it. Oh no, you don't actually go see Proxima Centauri in the game. So the story at the beginning of it was the ship was doing its first test run from the moon and going to Proxima Centauri and coming back. And so it did that, but by blasting off to Proxima Centauri, it blasted a hole in the moon. So we don't actually see when Proxima Centauri when they go. You just see when they come back. So right now we are just searching for the coordinates of the planet Remus.
Administrator, you can implement a new policy.
So in this chapter, we're searching for the remains of this ship called the Protagoras, because it might have help with those coordinates. Yeah. One jump and Earth was like, we gone.
An accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
We kind of made the Luna Go Booma on this one. Alright. What's Remus? So, there's a planet that we have info on called Remus, which is a planet that is supposed to be able to, an Earth-like planet that can sustain life. And so that's our ultimate goal in the story here. The ship is trying to get to this planet Remus so that we can restart civilization there. And what we're looking for are the jump coordinates to where that planet is. And so we're ultimately trying to find a new home for humanity. Okay, so let us... We're going to end up moving this road here. And then we will place down the colonization thing. We won't start building it yet, though. Because we can't. We don't have the stuff for that. Alright, so let's get rid of this road. Oh, whoops, wrong button. Actually, you know, just in case, I want to set it on this road. We'll do it on this one because then we can see it better. But I don't want it on that bottom road. Alright, so let's pause it. Just keep it as a placeholder for now. Yeah, we need more polymers here. I know. Yeah. Tell me about it. The lack of minerals is anxiety-inducing. Yeah. Mostly the lack of iron. That does give me a bit of concern. I mean, luckily we are collecting enough waste to sustain hull integrity, but it does kind of get us into a bind with progress. So, we need to get... We can probably... Yeah, we could dismantle the mining ship. Find carbon. Well, we have carbon to collect. I suppose we could use more carbon now. I could use the recycling center to give us more polymers, but that's also a dangerous game there. Oh, so thinking about... So Proxima Centauri doesn't have habitable planets. Yeah, I've always wondered that too. Supposedly, Proxima Centauri is supposed to have a habitable planet, right? Although I have heard, like in real life, there are some doubts about that now, but I don't know. But in the game lore, I guess not. Because we're not. They never consider going to Proxima Centauri. See, this guy is supposed to be bringing us... Where is the Gruber? Because I feel like we're not getting... Yeah, so the Gruber's going to bring us some polymers here. If we get... Let's see, those 21... That'll give us... Yeah, it's 5 for 5. That'll get us 4. Yeah, that's true. We're going to need much more than that. I'd actually more so dismantle one of the science ships before the mining ship. Because I want to be able to mine multiple things at once. So what we're going to do is we're going to store the turtle. We're going to put the Darwin there. We'll dismantle the Darwin. Or maybe there's a planet that has life but doesn't mainly have oxygen, like Pandora and Avatar. Yeah, that's true, actually. Maybe that was the problem. We didn't have... Proxima Centauri didn't have the oxygen. Alright, let's find us a good old deposit of carbon. Oh my god, come on, come on. Oh, it was very rich. We're gonna come back to that ice. Okay, what? Am I just an idiot here? What is happening? This is anxiety-inducing right here. It seems like, though, there's a little spot that was gonna have more. Whatever. Alright, do that. Alright. And now, we're gonna add... oh yeah, the turtle. And now I want both of you guys to go after that. And also another problem is the bacteria, yeah. Who knows what funky diseases you'll end up getting on a new planet. Yeah, I always be scanning for minerals, clear out the whole map. Yeah, I usually end up doing that once I've completed all of the objectives in the chapter. Right before I boost out of the or burst out of the map. But power, we also need to increase power in the station if we're gonna like utilize the resources. Okay, we're gonna turn this back on. We've actually got quite a few of these now. Ooh, yes. Actually, we have enough to complete this. So what we really need now are these guys. But I can't really take this off of alloys if we don't have the iron. So actually, yeah, we're gonna find ourselves some more iron. We're gonna put this guy back on ice and carbon. Alright, find me. Yeah, I know I got that stuff there, but we're not quite ready to go through that storm. That's usually the last thing I do on this chapter. Oop. There we go. Get me my iron. Alright, so we've got a little bit here. Actually, you know, we can turn this off. We don't have enough iron to be running two of them anyway. Now, it would be beneficial to collect some of that. Alright, yeah, this is what we're going to do. We're going to get that, because we need to turn this on, so we can finish the solar panel upgrade here. I wonder in a space civilization what stuff is valuable, because there are planets that are that mineral like diamond. Yeah. You know, I saw this interesting video one time where they talked about like diamonds and gold and how it's so valuable here. They're like, there are planets where it literally rains diamonds. They're like, what should be the most expensive and resource in the world or in the universe is water, because water is the most scarcely found thing. All right, we need more housing, but we're not going to spend alloys on that yet. Not quite yet. Eventually, but not quite yet. Now, so we do have quite a bit of these worked up here. I do want to get the Protagoras discovered here. Ooh, look at that. Now we really do.
Has completed its game.
We seem to be holding on to water, even though we're not accumulating it all that much. Oh, and let me make sure I have all these things worked out. 33, 39, 16. say 20. Alright, so that should keep everything like that we need there. You know, okay. Oof. Yeah, I kind of forgot I still have this running. Let's turn this off. Which means we can turn this off. Which means turn that off. So we don't need more people at the moment. We kind of have quite a bit of people here. Although, that's only because we have some of these things turned off. Alright. So the current game plan. Get some of the silicon. So we can turn this guy back on. Finish this, give us some wiggle room on power. And build this guy up. I suppose we need to be able to turn this on then. We also need to get... Well, yeah, no. We're not going to do the last row of the crop farm until we get the solar panel finished. Yes, okay. Wait, what? Why didn't that... Is there something I still haven't... Oh, God, the fire station. So, I will do the fire station, because I want to be able to unlock the 3rd level here, so that we can get... intelligent lab, so that we can really start researching more. Although, no, let's do that. We need to get the research, but next we need to start updating crew quarters. Although I don't know. Oh no, we have enough trust. Yeah, we will do this next. So getting the better crew quarters will give us more housing but better trust. But we're kind of okay on that at the moment. What happens when a human interacts with alien planets and animals? Yeah, very good question, right? I would imagine nothing too good. I mean, that's what's so interesting about the idea of, like, discovering life on planets. It's going to be so exciting, but then the moment we discover it, we're going to have to take a moment and be like, well, hold on a second, should we actually be touching these things? If we even can. Alright, what actually concerns me quite a bit is ice. Now, we haven't really been depleting the reserve here too much. What we really need is another docking bay. So, when we get the next row of crop farm done, it's possible I can get rid of these, move these 2 stockpiles over here, move the battery over there, clear out this area, and get our final docking bay in, which will really help us in terms of the resource collection. Now, why is it we still are not getting... Finally, thank you. Oh, look at that. I didn't realize we already had that stuff there. Right, we need 1 more power. We need 1 more. What can we turn off? What can we turn off? Well, I suppose in preparation we can get rid of this. Alright. Now turn this guy back on. Alright. keep sending probes. Well, we could, but it's not going to really do anything for us because we still haven't mined and collected everything we have already. So I'd rather not spam away all of my polymers. We should use them as needed, because you never know what's going to arise. Although, yeah, so we have plenty of ice to collect. We could probably use more iron, though. I mean, we need to mine this. Although, actually, we could, yeah, so we could use carbon. We could use another source of carbon. Yes, look at that spot. It's an excellent spot right there. But I generally don't like to, yeah, I know, there are more locations. That'll probably be the next thing we do. Oh, well, actually, we can send our iceberg guy over here. Problem is, I got rid of one of the sign ships for that other problem we had, so we only have one sign ship at the moment. Want to conserve resources and use them when necessary. Because it doesn't really do us much good to have everything uncovered to be mined and everything uncovered to be collected if we don't really have enough ships to fully mine it and collect it. Although, so now that we're sending this guy here, we will use the next probe to uncover one more location. I usually like to have one location on deck. Okay, how we doing here, guys? So we now have enough silicon to finish this out. We are going to need 4 for this. You know what? Let's start assembling this. You never know. That's why you just find all the minerals ASAP, just in case there are more. Oh wait. Oh yeah, I missed that. Yeah, I mean, I don't like to find all the minerals ASAP because you really end up depleting your polymers. Because think about it this way, like, yeah, you can have all of the resources uncovered, but then you don't have any polymers to upgrade your solar panels. And when you run out of power, you're out of power, you know? So you can slowly, over the course of the chapter, uncover resources, build up power. Because again, it doesn't really do you much good to have everything uncovered if you can't mine it. So like these guys are both mining this right now. And so they're busy. So it wouldn't do us any good to have like 300 carbon and 300 ice to be uncovered just to sit there and wait for these 2 ships to get there. When we have like the situation we ran into here where we're running out of power. So let's uncover our next location. We'll use this guy up there. And then the next thing we'll do is probably find ourselves. Oh wait, no, but yeah, we have a guy. We have a little guy going out to find us some carbon, and then we'll chill for a minute. Oh, we actually have enough silicon now, so we'll put you back on a priority for that. Actually, no. it does. What gives me anxiety is running out of food, and these ice crystals mean food. So let's start stocking that up a little bit. All right.
Has completed its scan.
Probe sensors detected traces of a Dolos EKP signature near Mach R. Tracking its trajectory, it appears to have entered the planet's atmosphere. Coordinates for a potential crash site have been established. The planet's surface temperature is extremely low. Reaching the crash site, the iceberg's team found the remains of a signed ship frozen in the ice. I'd love to do this one, but, you know, even 10 at this current moment. It is, in the long run, though, it is worth it. Although, what kind of bugs me is losing one of my cargo ships on this. The Gruber is going to get us ice. The Windfar is getting us iron. So is the Quicksilver. So we'll do the Quicksilver. If it was more than 10, I would say we can't spare it, but we kind of can. Alright, let's pause this because we want the next electronic to go here. Yeah, we're kind of out of carbon at the moment. But it's okay. Well, yeah, let's find ourselves one more deposit of carbon. Ooh. Although, wait, hold on, I keep forgetting. We're going to... Oh no, that one's already been discovered. So we'll do one more. Perfect. And now we'll sit tight on that for a little bit. Let's see, just in case there are more science locations. Oh wait, that I read already. That's why I like to just mass stockpiling all the resources, like a degen hoarder. Yeah, but the problem is too, you end up plugging up your docking bays. Like, also, if you can't hold the resources on your ship, like in your stockpiles, you can end up plugging this up, and then you really can't get anything. So, along with managing the use of the resources, I like to manage the acquisition of them. Because the ships themselves will keep doing what they do. I never find that to be a problem. Oh, really? With the plugging up of your docking bays? Do you have a ton of stockpiles that you build? Because that's the other thing. I don't like to have multiple stockpiles of a resource, because it takes power and workers, which could be doing other things on the ship. So I try to keep only one of each, and then utilize more of the upgrades. No, yeah, the layouts are fully planned out, but I mean, for your layout, are you putting multiple stockpiles of a same resource, like polymer? Do you have multiple polymer stockpiles? Yeah. I mean, that's I can see the benefit to that, but you're also using building space that could be used
A probe has completed its
for
scan.
something else. I find it's best to have one stockpile of each resource, and then, you know, when you want more of it, just upgrade it. But hoarding the resources, I feel like it takes up space and it takes up manpower and power. Even though you can turn it off, but space is at a premium too. Because if you run out of space in a sector, you got to open up a new sector, which then requires more hull repair. I wonder what powers the city colonies in Frostpunk 2. Wait, I wonder what powers the city / colonies in Frostpunk 2. The generator. Is there a power plant? Yeah, I feel like a power plant would... Well, I feel like they would never create... Ah, good, look at this. We're finally creating the next solar panel. I guess they would never create, like, a power plant, because that would eliminate the need of the generator, right? Which is kind of the pivotal thing for Frostpunk 2. But it would be an interesting addition. I wonder if there's probably a mod for that. Okay, so now that that's building, let's finish off this guy. So by the time that's done building, although I might have actually just made a big old mistake here. This is gonna finish. Let's stop sending stuff here. I shouldn't have added these in yet. I should have waited for this to finish. Alright, what's going on with these guys? So you're collecting science. Okay, so we have that. Now, when we get to the end of this chapter, we'll start looking at helium. Or hydrogen, I mean. I always think it's helium. It's hydrogen. So we're good on ice. We got a good amount of iron here. But the generator is how the city stays warm. And, like, there's white light, meaning there's something powering them. Oh, yeah, you mean the lights around the generator. I guess I always kind of assumed it was the generator itself powering the lights that are around it. But I guess, yeah, a power plant of some kind. Damn, we only need 3 more there. Alright. Yeah, we need more of this. We gotta finish... we gotta finish the colonization building if we're gonna get started on that, because that's gonna take time. Oh yeah, well we need to find more traces of the Protagoras. So let's Alright, so we're actually doing okay with food, considering we got rid of those food things. Oh, there we go. Okay, so let's get polymers going back over here. We can bump that down. Alright. Okay, so
A
what are we
science
doing with
shift
our
team
life
has
here?
completed a task.
All usable components from the wreckage have been conditioned and prepared for extraction. The Icebergs team was able to recover data that revealed the cause of the science ship's crash, named the Amberplace. This ship belonged to the second generation Taurus-class superstructure called the Protagoras. Following some sort of attack by the Etamananki, the UN ship, the Amberplace attempted an emergency landing on Mac R. Coming in too fast, it was almost completely vaporized on impact. The crew manifest has been recovered. Look at that. Look at those polymers right there. Nice looking set of polymers you got there, Planet.
Administrator, we have collected and analyzed enough data to locate the Protagoras on the planetary system map via probe scan.
Thanks, Eden. Always so helpful. Alright, yeah, let's get that done. Still don't have enough here. Alright, where's the Gruber? McGruber is getting us some silicon. Alright, so when you're done with that, I'll head you over here. Let's see, when that gets done... Oh boy. Alright. Sorry. Quick 30-second break. Real quick. Be right back. Well, alright. So, well, I only had about 5 minutes left in this stream before I had my hard out for the afternoon. But unfortunately, I just got a call from my daughter's school that she's not feeling well and needs to be picked up. So, I'm not going to be able to do the final 5 minutes of the stream. But, I think we have a good thing going here. We kind of recovered from the little bit of stress that we had. We had some food problems. We're good now. We finally have found traces of the Protagoras. When this probe goes, I think that's pretty much going to be it right there, because that's where it is. So yeah, we're making good progress. So I will be continuing this run again on Wednesday next week. My next stream, though, will be tonight. I'll be doing more Victoria 3. So that starts at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, so in about 7 hours from now. So yeah, unfortunately, that's going to be it for today. So thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Sloth Boy, thank you. Nuupa, thanks so much for coming and watching. It was great to have an Ixion veteran to chat with, because I don't know anybody else in my life who plays this game, so it's always nice to talk about it. But yeah, if you want to watch more of this stream, consider giving me a follow. You'll get alerted to the next time I'm on with this one, next Wednesday. I think we... Ooh, why does it keep doing that? I'm trying to scroll the chat over here. I think we didn't get... Yeah, Barney never got back, so I can't tell him thanks for watching. But, yeah. Thanks, everybody. That's going to be it from me. So, hopefully I'll see you tonight for Victoria 3. Otherwise, have a good rest of your day, everybody. And as always, be awesome. Have a good one.